Welcome back, guys, to hour number 3 of DiceNDerps Emberfall. Mondo, take us away.
Okay. All right. I was just explaining one of the macros here real quick there.
Oh, yeah?
To our players here. So, like, once you click on your token, you've got, like, in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, you got, like, light torch and go dark. There's also a whisper to DM button.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have dark vision, there's also a dark vision button. So if you're in the dark, you can do one of those things, and that will help you to see.
So what does that? What does like go dark mean? And obviously, I can figure out the other ones, but
it will turn off all of your light sources. Unfortunately, it will also turn off your dark vision. So if you have dark vision, but you have like a torch lit for one reason or another, like after you go dark, you can turn your dark vision back on.
Okay. Cool. And your cam froze again, so if you want to try and turn it on,
sure,
back on, see if that works. If it works, we shall see.
Overheating, maybe.
Too much fun.
What is fun?
So I grab the reins down the rut road and I, as fast as I can.
It's a good way to do it. I think the only person who's like proficient, right? Like out of character is Anthony in land vehicles. I think.
Is he really?
There's also
Oh, that's because he's soldier background.
Mm-hmm.
Remember if it was there's that with the soldier, but then somewhere else I don't remember if it was monk or halfling. There was somewhere else I was reading about wagons or something. Maybe it was a feature that I didn't end up taking or something. I don't remember. Something about wagons, man.
So we're in the wagon going to the farm.
Road.
Yeah, you're heading down the rut road.
Everyone needs to keep their eyes peeled for 3 miners that may have died.
Yeah, do we?
May or may not.
Well,
Miners.
so do
How
you
do you know
tell
their
us
age?
that?
I do. Yes.
Okay, so you let us know. And I looked at these guys and I was like, well, it might be smart then that we didn't go last night, that we waited. If 3 miners went missing, do you remember where you dropped them off at? Was it close to town?
No, it was on the other side of the rut road, coming into town, where the rut road begins on the other side.
Well, it might be smart. Maybe I looked to Varys and I looked to him and said, it might be smart to maybe look at that after this. You're going to be a busy man here in Emberfall.
Yeah.
I think probably before I left too, I let the owners of the Black and Red that know that I wasn't, probably wouldn't be performing tonight, as I might not be back.
Okay, they're a little upset. You know, they like you. It's 2 halflings run the place.
Yeah.
But they understand.
Yeah. Kind of just explained to them that Wilson asked us to check on a farm, and I felt like after the town had the earthquake and people are trapped inside of a mine, they needed the extra help.
Sure. Yeah, they completely understand that. All right. As you guys are riding down the rut road, you're passing like some small farms and stuff here and there. They appear to be mostly like shuttered tight, like all the window shutters are closed. People seem to be a little freaked out. Occasionally, where they've got like a big burly farmhand, they might have him standing outside holding a pitchfork, or even occasionally maybe a spear or something. And they just look at you and nod as you pass by.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Is there anything I could do that increases my perception to see if we run across something that would possibly be those 3 people, or something that would lead me to believe that they were them? Just because I would always be looking for clues.
Yeah.
Or does that fall under passive?
No, if you're actively going to be looking, that would fall under a roll. So while you're riding along, why don't you give me 3 perception rolls while you're riding along?
There's my perception.
Oof, it's rough. Not the best.
No, not the best, but that's all right. Once you pass the first batch of farms, like things seem to be getting spaced out a bit more before you reach Dolan's farm. And with that 14, I'm going to say that you actually, at one point on the road, like to the south into the woods, you hear some disturbed whinnying of like a horse. It sounds like it's in a lot of pain and stuff. You also hear some grunting and growling. Like really disturbed grunting, growling, and pained whinnying. I'm not going to do pained whinnying. I don't think I could pull it off.
Not gonna lie,
I believe in you.
cried when you said that.
Oh, then I'm definitely not going to do it. I was going to try, but now I feel terrible.
I guess I turn to my companions. Do you guys hear that? It sounds like something's suffering in the woods.
Yeah, I kind of hear it, but it's just
sounds like a
animals.
horse. But
Could be
worth investigating.
Is it possible that it's the same horse
I have no
that
idea.
took the spike? Well, we don't
Same
know
horse
it.
that what?
That Wilson said took a spike or took an arrow. I can't
right, the
remember
long
what he
spike.
took, but he said that something happened to the horse. It could
put it down then.
perhaps if they caught it, maybe it was still able to run off, but we don't know if this is a new horse with a rider that's now been taken off the road. I think at the very least it's worth to see and make sure that it's not a horse and its rider. And if it is just the horse and its suffering, we can at least put it out of its misery.
Okay, well, should we try to bring the wagon off the road and hide it a bit while we go and investigate this?
Well, why don't you stay
hide it
with
from-
the wagon and the snacks, and
I can do
we'll
that.
go scout it out.
I'll stay with the snacks.
I can do that.
The snacks. Oh my gosh. Okay. I said yeah.
Make a call if you guys need us.
Just pull off the side here, and
Yeah, you'll hear something if I need you.
Okay,
so I guess it's me and Bears going,
Yeah.
and those two are.
I open up the backpack to Faye for her to grab a roll if she wants.
Ah, yes. Rolls.
Okay. All right. I've opened up a new map. You guys are in the upper right-hand corner of it.
All right.
Yeah. So you hear that tortured whinnies. I feel bad saying it every time now. And like just like growling and grunting.
Okay.
Yeah, I turn to
Something
Umber.
by you, so I can-
Doing.
how good are you at sneaking? Are you
He says, well, from time to time, I've been able to take what I need. I think I can do what you're asking.
you're
me.
sure about this? Because I usually roll alone when I'm investigating things, and sometimes stealth is very
Yes.
useful.
I'm confident that I can do this. So, are we gonna roll stealth then to try and see if we can go there undetected?
I am going to try and roll. I'm going to stealthily approach.
Yeah. I guess I'll follow his suit and
I will let the DM tell me if I need to make a roll.
Yeah. Go ahead and both of you make a stealth check.
14 for Umber here.
You serious? +5. That's
Keep
rough.
clunking around.
Like, are you stealthy?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Are you sure you can do this? Yeah, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to.
I am one with the darkness. All right.
Okay, the sound appears to be coming from the southwest there, and Umber does a pretty good job, like being kind of stealthy. You're actually kind of making a little bit of noise as you're walking through.
Okay.
Not a terrible amount of noise,
Happens
though.
to be dry foliage that I'm cracking.
Can I move? Can I move forward at all?
Yep. Yeah, you can move forward.
So I'll probably like
So light torch.
sneak. Well, I don't need to. I have dark vision,
You can snap.
and I think it's daytime.
It is daytime. Like the woods are thick and dark, but it is daytime.
All right. Shoot.
The grunting and growling like suddenly stops.
Okay.
I've been spotted.
Can I?
The whinnying does not,
Oh shoot.
although it sounds weaker.
I don't know if I need. Okay, so I'm gonna just continue moving this way. Do I need to make? I think I see something. So from here, move over. From
I'm
here.
moving up as well.
Yeah. So from here, I think I see stuff to the south there. And I look behind me, and as he's kind of behind me, and I put my finger to my lips, and I kind of go shh, and I move a little bit forward. I don't know if I can tell what they are. They look like beavers. Can I make a
You see a
perception check?
whole bunch of dire beavers. They are dire beavers. Eating a no. They appear to be badgers.
Okay.
There are badgers.
Like the picture
of badgers.
Oh god.
They're just tearing away at this horse, which is like laying on the ground. It finally stops, like it lets out like a big shudder, and it stops whinnying. There are a number of small, regular badger-sized badgers around it, but as you're approaching, like one of them over here,
Yeah.
just pinged him. He appears to be pretty big. He's like dwarf-sized.
A dwarf-sized badger.
Dude,
Yeah.
badgers.
And by
Badgers are
dwarf-sized, I don't mean like, yeah, it's
Honey
like
badger.
honey badger don't care.
Exactly.
Okay.
The large one hisses at you, and the others are just kind of like they're standing there, this is like twitching.
Can I try and can I ignite like my hands to maybe try and scare him off?
Yeah, sure.
What shall I roll?
I would say, tell me what that looks like, and give me an intimidation check.
Okay, yeah. So my hair and my eyes kind of change from the black to the fiery red, and my hands. You can kind of see it travel down from my head. Like once it ignites on my my hair and the eyes, you can see kind of like this red travel through my skin of that what's visible, and then it will kind of move down my arms as like my hands catch on fire. And I just kind of like roar at them, I guess.
Hold on. Before he does that,
Mhm.
can I give him an advantage and help out with this by kind of getting out of the cover and, just making myself a big, another target, big, and roaring at them as well? Kind of give them
absolutely.
half orc.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll give Umber a advantage on the intimidation check.
Okay.
All right, so just let out a big, like, orcish roar as he's doing it.
Cool.
Sure.
16. Thank God.
Oh,
Oh no.
Okay. The little badgers seem a little intimidated as you do that.
Okay.
But the big badger hisses again, and it looks like it may be getting ready to charge at you.
Okay. I yelled to him, to Varys, and I said, I don't think this is working.
all right. At this moment in time, I'm going to reach into my back and pull out my horn just to give out a loud burst to see if I can get
A horn?
the attention of
The other two.
yeah,
Okay.
Anthony and Ophelia.
All right, I'll roll initiative for myself there.
Damn, that's a good initiative.
Yeah.
So you blew this horn like we heard it?
Yes.
Okay. I look at
What does it sound like? You do.
Yeah,
you
make its horn noises.
do it. You do what he was going for, and then he thought about
He
it
was
too
ready,
hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. There you go.
Yes, it sounds like dude. Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, it's just Imagine the like Boromir's horn, if
Okay.
you will.
Okay.
So I look at Faye and say, should we go help him, I guess?
Tried.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
I was gonna do it, but it was gonna sound like an elephant. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
All that eggs or energy? The sweet roll was energy. Let's go.
All right. So you guys roll initiative as well.
Cool. Don't forget to click on the tokens.
I am with the guns.
Cool. It looks like. Oh, I don't know if KO. Did you click on your token when you rolled it?
There you go.
There we go.
Okay. All right. Okay, so that giant badger, he looks like he wants to charge at you. The other ones seem a little less sure, but they're kind of bolstered by his courage. But Umber, you do have an issue. Well, actually, Varys, if you want to take a quick reaction.
Where do Faye and I come in to the fight, like position wise? And I can't see anything.
I think it's
No.
you're just up at the top, right? And you got to just travel
Yeah.
down and use your movement speed to come
Okay.
down. And you can,
Okay. So we're starting at where we came in at the corner.
Right.
yeah. And I believe Mondo. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they can take the dash action to move twice as fast.
Yes, they
they're
can.
not gonna be able
Yep.
to attack. Okay, cool. Well, I guess shit. I don't know if I want to.
And if you'll notice, I'm using hexes on this outdoor board. I don't normally use hexes, but I decided to try it today.
Yeah. So I am going to shoot.
Okay, that was the reason why I was having a hard time picking up the lines.
Let me look.
Yes.
I think I did this one. Let me see what this.
I can.
The flame sheds bright light.
But I like it.
Oh, let me reduce that a little. That's too strong.
And I'm not going to do anything, by the way.
Okay.
I can only
All
move
right.
5 feet and attack, so I can't even reach them.
Right.
So
I will make a produce flame. So as like I'm still on fire, and I use my, I'll like shoot a fire, like a small bit of fire at these guys. I think I can do it at 30 feet. So I'll attack this guy here. The topmost one right there.
Okay.
With produce flame. So I roll it there with 10.
Okay, yeah, that hits him. You hit him. You produce flame, and you hit him with it.
Cool. I hit him for 8 fire damage.
I mean, poor little badger. What's it look like when he die?
I think
That's the horse. Damn it.
I think he just kind of like the fire might hit his fur, and then it slowly just he can't get it out fast enough, and he just burns to a crisp.
Savage.
Why am I having trouble getting this? Give me a second here. Let me get rid of that horse. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, he did. There we go. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do? Do you want to move or?
No, I think I'll probably stay there just because I don't want to get ganged up on right away. I guess. I guess I could probably move back a little bit too. Just said, actually, I'll stay where I am. I don't think he'd move away from the fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, the mini badgers are gonna go, and they're a little irritated, and they you burned one of their friends up. They're not pleased with that.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
Okay. 2 of them are going to charge at you, though.
Okay. Damn it.
you're gonna get your ankles, bro.
I know.
Yeah. Now they were a little intimidated by your fiery display, so they will have disadvantage. Not that they're going to need it because that was just terrible on their behalf.
They still have like meat and stuff from the horse in their jaws.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both miss.
Yeah. So they both run up at you. The other 2 are just kind of just darting back and forth. They're not sure what to do, and it's going to be Varys' turn.
All right, so that's right next to him. I'm gonna move right there, and as I'm moving, I'm pulling the staff out, and kind of run into that position and kind of sweep it downward motion, trying to like kind of, if you will, just whack them away from Umber.
Okay.
Whack a badger.
Yeah,
You like to whack things.
I am.
Dang it.
Okay.
The 9?
You miss with that first whack, but you can still get an unarmed strike on the other. Oh, actually, you can even unarmed strike the one you missed. Entirely up to you.
Damn it.
Yeah, he sees you coming, and he kind of like he does like a little badger duck.
Fucking sneaky badgers, man. Yeah. Can I flavor this as a kick?
Absolutely.
All right.
Kick flavored.
I'm kind of mad that I missed a badger. So I'm gonna kick the same one that I just missed out of a little bit of frustration.
Yeah, that happens.
For 6 damage.
Okay, that's the one like above you or the one like to the side?
This one right there.
Okay, yeah. Man, what's it look like when you kick a badger to death? He's just a little badger.
Oh, no.
Can he go flying?
I'd say yes.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I punt him like a football.
Okay.
I see this and I just audibly gasp and look at him horrified.
Oh, God.
Just like,
Just picturing a badger flying through the air.
poor thing.
But they look evil, right? Like they're
Yeah, they're dire badgers.
Yeah, like they
I
look.
still think
This is
they're
a
cute.
dire elf
Okay.
punting.
Yeah, well, I think maybe your character would think that they were cute, though.
They look mean. I don't know if I'd say they look evil. The giant badger looks a little meaner.
Yeah.
They
They're
look
chomp-
like they need hugs.
They're chomping on a living horse. So
I don't like horses.
All right, fair enough. They're not
And
as
the-
cute.
And the giant badger is going to runs up on Varys, who's just gotten done kicking one of his like buddies like off into the distance with a broken back or whatever, and he's going to try to bite you and use his claws on you.
Oh no!
He misses with the bite, and he misses with the claws as well.
Thank the Lord.
And he's just like hissing at you. He's like, or whatever sound badgers would.
That was a good
Yeah.
badger.
Oh,
That's
that was
pretty
good.
spot on,
That was
yeah.
I was very immersed.
Anthony, there are people
Um,
kicking badgers and shit.
Yeah, like I just hear, like I can't quite see them yet, I guess, but I hear them and just run. The double run, 50 feet or so, which I think is right here. Yes.
Yeah,
Is it
you're
normal that I can't see anybody but myself?
Yeah, that's what I was saying as well.
Yeah, I've got the Oh, you know what? Let's give you
Just say that you did that on purpose since we were
let's
waiting.
temporarily
wagon.
give you some dark vision because I'm just trying. I'm using the fog of war to
I can do
kind of
my
demonstrate the
torch.
thickness of the woods.
Yeah, I can just light my torch and. you can do it
Oh
that way.
shit! You just popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's
he did that
interest-
earlier, and I was like, "Oh, friend," and then bye. Oh, okay.
But that's interesting because you guys see me, but I still don't. I'm still not in range for my torch to see you guys yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you some dark vision because I'm just trying to illustrate the thickness of the woods here without drawing a lot of trees and like making tons of shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I guess then like when I did both my actions to move double, and then when I get to here, I'm still kind of like, where are they? So like, I'm yelling, and I realize like I don't even know their names yet. So I'm just like,
okay.
guys, where'd you go?
The badger that gets kicked lands in front of you. You're like, oh.
Yeah, it's like, what is happening?
It looks up at you and winks.
It's
before
just
it
in a
dies.
tree.
My voice doesn't project very well, but do you guys hear me? Do you...
Guys, help, guys.
Can I respond? Not on my turn.
Yeah, well, you can do a quick response. Yeah, absolutely.
Over here.
Fee.
So I kind of hear your direction, and I'm
Yeah.
just waiting for my turn.
Okay, how do I tell how far I can move?
Speed.
I think you can go 25 feet, and if you click and hold on your token to move them, and you hit space, a ruler will come up too.
Yeah.
Oh,
That will help.
and I can dash for double. Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, for 50 total. Use
just
it
go
right there. I'll ping it for you.
right here. Boop. That was 50.
Cool.
Oh, hey, high five.
Oh, I turned to Anthony. By the way, my name is Fee.
It's nice to meet you, Fee. I'm Anthony.
I just very quietly go, my people.
We can definitely get to know each other better later, which should probably help.
Okay, Umber.
Yeah, I take the quarterstaff off that was like tied to my back, and like as I pull it and come down, like sparks kind of like fly off where my hands were on fire, and I'll make up my quarterstaff attack. For 4.
Yeah, that hits him. What's it look like when that poor little badger dies?
Oh no. Maybe you might not even tell that it was dead. Like I just hit it in the head, and it falls over. Like his head doesn't like explode or anything.
Like a little squeak toy, it just goes.
It's just like a crack, and then it slumps over. With how with the monk, can I move up to him and still make my unarmed attack, or does it have to be on the same? Okay.
Nope, yep.
And then I'll try and punch this big ass badger.
Yeah, you punch him.
Yeah. I'll probably kick him, actually. Wait, that make probably a little bit more sense than coming down.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is
Maybe,
larger.
or like knee him in his 2 front teeth, little bastard.
Yeah, I mean, because he is dwarf sized. I mean, you could punch him.
I guess that's true.
But however you want to flavor it is good with me.
So it's bigger than
I'll probably land like a knee to his chin or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes 3 points of getting knee to the chin damage. And he hisses again. The other little badgers. This doesn't look good for them, so they are going to, they're not sure what they're going to do. And they're just going to hightail it out of there. They do not like what seems to be happening here, and they just start running away. The little badgers. Little badgers.
And Varys, you can actually you can feel the heat like radiating off my body. So it's like way hotter next to me.
Gotcha.
Okay, and Varys, it will be your turn. You feel the heat, man.
Feel the heat. Maybe I'll hit with my quarterstaff this time. I'm gonna smack him straight across the face with it.
Okay.
On a pull back, I'm gonna whack him
Yeah, that hits him.
Nice.
for 7 damage, and then I'm gonna hit him with the palm, like whack him like that, and then shove my palm straight into his chest.
Okay.
11
That hits him.
Nice.
for 6.
All right. So what does it look like when you kill a giant badger?
Nice.
Slapped his head, to the side, and then I just, with my palm, break his sternum, and you can see that there's a give when I shove my fist in him, and he just goes limp.
You turned him to jelly.
Mm.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I want to ask if is there anything abnormal about this badger?
Aside from the fact that he's like dwarf sized, no, not really. I mean, giant versions of creatures are fairly common, in the world. So I mean, like, you may never have seen a giant badger, but you're not just like, it's not a mystery.
Yeah, it's not too far of a stretch to, see something like that.
Yeah.
Can I make an investigation on? Can I investigate the horse to see if what its cause of death was?
Is it's 100% dead?
Oh yeah,
it
he
is
said it's
100%
dead.
dead. Yeah.
Damn
Was the battle over and can we just run up now?
Yes, the battle is over and you can just run on up.
Where are you guys even?
We're down here.
Run up and say, is everybody okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. I thought these things were more vicious than they actually are.
We could have stayed in the wagon and ate more rolls.
I kneeled by the little ones. They were babies.
Yeah. Someone might want to get back to the wagon now that you mention it.
I walk up to the horse and I kind of touch his face to see if he's still alive.
He is not.
And I kind of...
He has...
Yeah, I look at him and like, no,
his eyelids?
he's... I look at him and I was like, nah, he's gone, but Can I make it? Can I make a?
Do you see any footprints or anything?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like, can I make an investigation roll or like perception to see if I can see footprints from a rider or anything, like just to see if this horse wasn't unaccompanied?
Yeah, Varys, you give me an investigation roll first.
I think I was investigating the horse's death.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cause of death. So.
Okay. Is a combination of things, mostly being eaten alive by badgers. However, there are some really weird punctures, and deep inside one of them, you do notice there is a like a big piece of bone that's not part of the horse.
I think I have throwing knives. I've never added to my inventory because I'm a derp. Could I kind of use them as like tweezers to pull it out?
Yeah, sure.
And
Hey, can you read it?
Sorry, you're using like the knives to like play operation with it.
yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Cool. Its nose lights up. You
I
touch
touched
the
the
side.
side. Damn it! The horse's legs just kick. Yeah, I pull it out and I get a cloth or something so it's not directly against my hands or whatever, you know, and hold it up and kind of look at it and try to investigate exactly what that is. But, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
Just bone or
just a bone, but it's definitely been like carved into a like spiky kind of shape. It's like someone like went and carved it. It's not just like a shard. They carved it to look like this. You can definitely notice the carving.
Prison shank.
so
And it looks like it broke off of something else.
Okay, so it would appear that there's like a trap or someone carved this as a weapon.
Yeah, that's what it sounds
Is what
like.
is what I'm getting at. Would my character really get that?
Oh
Is that what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I
if
guess
I
would be
told
like,
you like that, yeah. Anything I
All right.
told you is canon.
all right, cool. So yeah, I guess
Generally.
it's like it appears that someone stabbed the leg of the horse with this. Looks like a carved bone, maybe a spearhead or a trap or something.
It looks like this could potentially be the same horse that he was talking about. Wilson was talking about. It might not be. It could be something in these woods are hunting and killing these horses.
Yeah.
Umber, what was it you were looking for?
I was trying to see if this horse particularly was like was accompanied by a rider, like maybe if there was footsteps or
Or even a saddle.
or
Yeah, is
or
there-
saddle or
Saddle
something.
bag.
Yeah,
Is there
something.
anything else
Yeah.
in the area?
Yeah, no saddle on it. Give Umber, give me a survival check.
Yeah. Here it is.
And Fee, you're also checking the area?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me an investigation check just for like poking about.
Yeah, I didn't. I rolled a 4 on the survival.
Yeah, you don't see any sort of like footsteps. There's definitely no saddle.
Okay.
You do see like, where the horse was like kicking and stuff. Like that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Fee, you don't see anything else in the area though.
Did Varys already put the bone like in his pack or anything?
I guess I would have, unless you were like, "Hey, let me take a look at that." Before I did, I was kind of showing it to everyone. So if at the time I was showing it to you, you probably was like, "Let me take a look at that." Is that what you're saying?
No, I want to take it from you when you're not paying attention.
Oh, okay then. Yeah, no, I definitely keep it.
So are you going to try and like kind of snatch it from him?
I'm trying a sleight of hand when he's not paying attention, so I can
Yeah.
look at it without him knowing.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Give me a sleight of hand.
Oh no. The double 9s.
So how does that work? Do I have to contest it or?
No, it'd be your passive, which is 12. So, yeah, you definitely notice like
She's like trying to grab his backpack.
Yeah. She's rooting around in your back.
I guess this is when I would be walking towards the cart, and as I, see her doing it, I'd kind of bat her hands away, like, cut that shit out.
I was just trying to look at it a little closer without you noticing.
Oh, just ask next time.
I turn around and maybe I'm a little bit ahead of them. I was like, "Is everything okay back there?"
Everything's fine.
Didn't do anything.
Continue going.
Yeah, we go to back to the cart.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you get back to the cart. You ride along towards back towards Dolan's farm. With that other perception roll, Varys, you definitely do not see any sign of Bucky, Bill, or Sandy, or anything that may have happened to them. You do reach Dolan's farm, and just like he said, there's a sign on the road that says Dolan's farm, cabbage, carrots, and various berries in season.
Berries.
Sounds
Small
good.
little, yeah, there's
Cabbage.
a small little path that leads, like, towards the farm. It consists of a small house, a good-sized barn, and there's a pretty large shed. There's a couple of, like, medium-sized fields out back. Looks like the last plantings before harvest are there. And there's some bushes along the tree line. They appear to be some sort of berry plants, currently barren of fruit.
Oh.
And you see another horse kind of just like wandering around.
Is the horse
Hurt?
completely fine?
Yeah.
It looks really skittish, but it doesn't seem to be
Wounded or anything?
hurt. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be
Okay.
wounded.
I slow the cart
Yes.
down like real slow, so we kind of approach the area a little quieter, not to, be super loud. But can we
Mhm.
hear anything as we approach? Or are there any noises?
You don't hear anything. If you'd like to listen a little closer, you can go ahead and roll a perception check.
Gonna fail that one.
Well,
12?
Nothing but the birds.
okay. Seems kind of quiet here. Too quiet.
And
Bear should go check.
Just, yeah. I get off the wagon and walk up to the house.
Okay. Walking up to the house, as you get close to the doorway, you can smell something pretty foul.
oh god.
Yeah, it's nasty smelling. In the doorway, you see a deep puddle of like guts, blood, and like what appears to be Doodie,
Oh no.
like
Um,
just like
on my
smeared.
backstory, I'm immediately horrified and refuse to leave the cart.
yeah, I probably like look at like if I'm behind Varys and we see it at the same time, I might look to the guys behind us and just say like, it's not looking so good in here. If you're squeamish in any way, you might want to stand back. And,
No problem being squeamish.
Yeah, I peek in through the windows to see if I can see if there's anyone alive in there before I bust down the doors.
Around the inside of the windows, you notice that there is like blood and guts and poop, like smeared around the windows as well, around the window frames. There's no glass to the windows. It's just like they had wooden shutters, which are all open at the moment. It doesn't appear to be anyone in the house. You can see into the main room. There's stuff scattered all about. There's a large table that's been flipped over to one side. You can see blood stuck in the table, just visible to you. There's a bone spike, just stuck in it, and just like things like scattered all about.
I look to him and I say that looks to be the same spike, maybe, that you
It
found.
appears to be.
What do you make of this? Being in your line of work, do you see this often? This seems overkill.
Never seen anything quite like this. This has me intrigued, though I don't really want to investigate it because it smells awful.
I look at him and nod, but I say it might be smart to at least look around quickly, as if more people come up here, we might not have another chance to get the exact information.
After you.
And I guess I just walk over like to the table that had the bone, like knife or spur or whatever in it, and I take that for sure.
Well, before you go in, I just want to let you know that there's going to be no way for you to, or nearly no way. I mean, if you come up with something good, let me know.
Okay.
But you'll definitely have to step in this like
So
stuff to get into the room.
before we go on, I want to know, as far from the outside, I would know like blood splatter and stuff from normal like combat and stuff like this. Does this look to be like that?
Yeah, not what's been like not the stuff with the poop in it.
Yeah.
But there is normal blood spatter from like combat, like on the floor and walls.
Okay, so it is different from just a crime scene that would be like, I don't know, just a normal, not a normal murdering, but
Yeah, just a normal murder.
I mean, it's something I would see, and that's what I investigate. So,
Are you asking if you're used to the level of disgust?
yeah, it seemed a little bit odd as far as the bone and the poo.
Yeah, the shit is unusual, definitely. But aside from that, it looks like it looks like somebody broke into the house and like killed somebody or at least attacked somebody. But like looking in, since you're looking a little harder, I'll say you won't even need an investigation check on this. You do see a small sack of coins lying on the floor. There's like some of the coins have spilled out, and there's a wooden box with a red cross painted on it, like on the floor.
Look at him and I said, "Do you see that box? Have you seen that before?" Looks like
I haven't.
And I look down and maybe I look and I say, "Yeah, you might be right. Trumping through this is something I don't necessarily want to do, but if we want to solve or do anything here, we might have to."
I kind of speak up and say, guys, is there any way either of us small halflings could get to this without getting as messy as you?
I say,
I am entirely
may-
not
I was
paying
gonna say,
attention, but
yeah.
humming and looking through a little spyglass off into the distance, paying absolutely no attention to the situation at hand.
I might
Yeah.
walk back to her and I'll hand her. I believe I have an instrument. What do I have? I have a lute. So if she wants to, I'll give her that to maybe mess around with to block out what we're talking about. And I looked to him and I said, "Dad, the floor is covered. It's disgusting. Again, I'm not opposed to doing it if need be, but I don't know if it's even important enough. We have one of the spurs. We have enough evidence. So I don't think we need two."
We may
What did
miss
sheriff-
something.
What did the sheriff want us to accomplish here?
I'm not sure. He said that there were attacks
They
of some
needed help.
sort. They need help, and it looks like maybe we arrived too late, like my fear was. But can I maybe look for another exit or out?
There's a shed too.
I'll go towards the shed then.
I am making very loud noises on the lute, having absolutely no skill, but enjoying it. Ding, ding.
Yeah, so I'll go towards the shed, I guess, and try and see what's inside that.
Okay. As you're heading towards the shed, as you get closer to it, you see 2 feet sticking out.
And I yell at him like, "Varys, there's someone here. Come here quickly."
I run over to him.
I think
Yeah,
they're dead.
There's
no, but there is a he's whoever it is laying next to a pile of vomit. He's wearing robes. He looks like he's one of those like cleric folks that have been like kind of wandering around the Emberfall lately. He looks like that, but he is unconscious and like like I said, he's laying next to a puddle of vomit.
Okay. I look to him and I say, I've only been in Emberfall for a short time, but I do recognize him as one of the newer clerics in town. He doesn't look too good.
Yeah, I saw one of them at the bar the other night. He was sitting at the table next to us.
It is the same one that was sitting next to you.
All right, then in that case, yes, I actually remember seeing this guy. He was sitting a couple tables down from us.
Did he talk to you or mention anything?
Not at all.
And at
right now?
this time, we don't know if he's alive or dead, right? We just know that he's next to throw up.
No, he is alive.
Okay.
His tummy's moving.
Breathing, but
Okay,
he's not
okay.
awake.
Yeah.
He's unconscious. Okay.
And I maybe I try and wake him up like with a kick to his boot or something to see if I can get him conscious. Not.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I kick it. He wakes up.
Yeah, he sits up. What else is in the shed before I do a voice for him?
Yeah.
There's a good number of well-kept farming tools, some sacks of seed, and some like empty baskets like stacked up. And he wakes up and he's just like, oh. And he kind of scoots back like a little panicked, but he looks up and sees you guys and he kind of relaxes and he's like,
and I look at him
it's horrible.
Yeah. What's horrible?
Tell us what happened here.
I came to see what had happened here. I overheard the sheriff ask you to check it out, and I wanted to help, and I came down here late last night. I couldn't sleep just thinking about these poor farmers, and I came and I looked through the door, and it was just, well, I mean, there's Doodie smeared everywhere with the blood and stuff, and I ran out here, and I'm afraid I must have gotten sick. Oh, it's horrible.
I look to Varys, and you didn't see what happened.
No, there was one of those horses, and he ran away from me. There was one. It looked wounded, and he ran away from me too.
Can I see if
I
he's
just wanted to help.
telling the truth?
You can roll an insight check.
Insight. So, I know I have innate distrust as a dire elf. Would that help me here?
Let me look up dire elf really quick. I have it right here, and I believe that gives you advantage. I know you have advantage on saving throws against deception and persuasion.
Okay,
So yeah.
saving throw.
So actually, I'll even include that as an insight check against if he's potentially deceiving you. I'll allow that.
Shit.
All right. So insight,
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Advantage. Ooh, the crit though.
Man, you don't think there's any way this poor guy could be lying? He seems to be really visibly shaken. His hand is even shaking and stuff. Like as he was talking about like the scene that he saw, like he actually starts gagging a little. He's just like, I look and there was that dude. Doodie.
It's all right. You don't have to talk about it anymore. If you want to wait in the cart, you can. Do you know how to play the lute at all?
No, I never learned. I suppose I'm not going to make a good warrior someday, am I? If I can't handle this sort of thing.
You could grow out of it.
I just wanted to help. I have some small skill with healing.
I looked at Varys when he says that you could grow out of it. I'm like, can he though?
If you want to wait by the cart, we'll take you back into town once we're done here.
Well, I can help if there are any survivors. I can help. I'm sorry. I'm just not used to this. I'll wait by the cart. Just let me know if anyone's hurt. I can help.
But,
All right.
But we know that like inside, like we didn't see bodies. They look to be it's just a bloodbath.
Yeah, there were a couple of other rooms, at least a couple of other doors. I mean, I guess technically they could go nowhere, but there were a couple of other doors inside.
Yeah, there could be dead bodies.
Okay. I pull out my hazmat suit.
Okay.
And And I jiggle the handle to see if I can open the door.
So you're actually gonna go inside and tromp through the shit and the blood and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I might
Okay.
wait outside.
All right, yeah. So you go into that main room there, and like I said, you see that small sack of coins, the whole mess. You can also see some shelves that are holding like various like boxes and jars and stuff. There's that box with the red cross on it on the floor, and the two doors there. You don't see anything else other than those things that I've already told you that you have seen.
I take one of the wraps on my arms slightly, or unravel it and just ravel it around my face to cover my mouth and nose,
Mhm.
just to keep the stench from getting to me.
Sure.
So you don't taste the duty.
Yeah.
Don't taste the duty.
Oh God.
So I'm thinking to myself, man, I wish I had someone else in here that could help me with ideas on what I should investigate.
The investigator needs help investigating?
Yes.
Sherlock needs his
Yes,
Watson, man.
Exactly.
If you call for me, I'll come inside.
I'll move into the house even deeper, open doors to the other rooms and see if there's anyone else in there or any bodies.
Okay, the doors open easily. Neither one appears to have been disturbed. One of them appears to be a main bedroom. It looks like it's fairly been lived in recently. The other one is a smaller bedroom. There's like dust on the covers and stuff. It doesn't look like anyone's really been in here in quite a while. What is Anthony doing?
When the cleric got to the cart, I gave him a biscuit or whatever roll. Then while they're like going through the house and distracted or whatever, I also pull out that scroll that I have from my inheritance and just ask the cleric if he recognizes the symbols.
Okay, he's eating the biscuit and he's just like, this is good. It appears to be settling my stomach. Miss, have you ever played the lute before?
No, but I like the noise it makes.
It's a pretty good noise. Maybe you have some natural ability. You should. I hope you find it. That'd be great. Oh, you want me to look at this? What do you have here?
Oh, this is just a scroll I was left. I believe it belonged to my parents, but I really have no information about it. They died when I was very young, and no one until this point has been able to tell me what it means or what it says, or even what language it may be.
And I can look at the scroll too.
Would you like to peek at the scrolls he's looking at? Okay, yeah, you can absolutely do that. I'm gonna give you a peek at the scroll. So he's looking at the scroll and he's just like, no, I'm afraid this language is unknown to me. I've never seen it before in my life. I didn't mean to show it to everybody. My bad.
I actually didn't see it. Damn it.
Okay, good. Then I didn't hit it right. There we go. KO, you can now see the scroll.
Dude, I might be able to read this scroll because maybe.
He's like, I'm sorry. I wish I could help you, but I've never seen language like this before in my life.
I just, that's all right. I didn't expect anything of it. I just wish I could find some answers.
Do I know what language this is?
You do not know what language that is.
I speak. I know Infernal, I believe, and Halfling.
In common.
And, yeah.
What does Halfling sound like? I'm just kidding.
It's mostly whispering.
It's just a higher pitched
Common.
Sims.
Oh, Sims. Yeah. Okay.
And it's very fast. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I go inside. I might be like trying to direct him on like what to look at inside, but unless he calls for me, I don't.
You're at the door, like, what's
Yeah,
over there?
yeah. I'm like, hey,
Lift up that pillow.
Can I show Anthony my pendant?
Oh yeah, you want to show him your pendant? Yeah.
I don't want to show anybody else but Anthony.
While this is happening and he's showing him, I tell him to pick up that box with the cross on it and grab the spur since he's inside, like the bone. But yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I do not listen to him at all
Okay.
because for as I don't know if it's a trap or not yet. So I'm gonna. You said nothing's out of place with these rooms. Nobody's in there. There's blood and shit everywhere. There's no drag marks of bodies being pulled somewhere, or no bodies anywhere.
There are drag marks leading out through the Doodie, out of the house, but like I mean nothing, nothing else
So-
in the house.
And I investigate the Doodie to
Oh.
make sure that it is human or humanoid.
Okay, and what else were you checking in the house? I'm sorry because I was dealing with the letter and the thing.
I
To be fair,
want to make.
it interrupted my RP.
Sorry.
Fine, whatever.
So yeah, I was just investigating drag marks, the poop to make sure it's like humanoid, and to see if there are traps on the gold or anything, because I don't want to touch the gold if there's a trap.
Okay, give me an investigation check for the gold and stuff, like in the room looking for traps there.
That's investigation.
Looks clear.
Okay, I
Oh, you rolled a 2. Oh,
go
no.
to pick up the coins.
Yeah, that happens.
I just pick them up.
Yep. There were 30 copper and 12 silver. You can scoop them back into the little sack if you'd like.
I scoop them into the sack and I keep them separate from my own.
Does the sack stink?
Is the sack
Is it
covered in
covered
blood?
in
The sack is
Ruh-roh.
not covered in Doodie.
Okay. And you said it had a red cross on it?
The box does. There's a small wooden box with a red cross on it.
All right.
Y'all are lucky I didn't go in the house. I would have taken the box and the gold to be mine now.
Can I would I know that as a, I don't know, it seems almost like a call sign or something for something. Would I know what that red cross means?
Yeah, I'd say it's fairly common enough. It looks like it's some sort of like medical kind of like like a first aid kit kind of thing going on.
All right. I grab it and open it.
Okay, inside there are 8 intact vials. There's a couple of broken vials as well.
Superpowers.
Could you describe what exactly they look like?
Yeah, 4 of them are like a clear red liquid. 2 of them are just clear liquid, period, and 2 of them have like a little purplish tinge to them. They're all clear. It's just like somebody spilled like a little juice in there to kind of give them some color.
Oh, okay.
If you want to give me a give me a history check. I mean, because you've been around the block a few times.
Whew, man.
I mean, you were looking down when you went around the block,
It
but
was the same block, just over. and over.
Yeah.
I've often walked down the street before. But yeah, so
They're vials of liquid.
yep.
I put them in my pack.
Okay.
And did we want to go back to Faye showing the pendant to Anthony? Like as it's happening at the same time?
Yeah.
Sure. So as she gives me the pendant, I just am immediately like,
I don't give it to you.
"You should."
I show it to
rather.
you very covertly, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I think we might have something in common. And then I very quickly put it back away.
Yeah. So I'm like looking at that and looking at the symbol on my letter and such, and I'm just, where did you get that?
I just had it one day.
You just had it? It just showed up in your room? What do you mean?
It's not something I really want to go into. Not now.
Well, I had always assumed that this letter was from my parents, but now I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. I turned to the cleric. So you lived. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm Jamie, by the way. Jamie Fatto.
I'm Fee.
Nice to meet you, Fee. You guys have something in common other than being halflings, huh?
It could still be halfling business.
I mean, not that there's
Well,
anything wrong with halflings. I'm not a racist or anything. I love halflings. I
well,
love
I
everybody.
lost my parents when I was very young, and I thought this letter was from them, and it has this symbol, and she has this symbol on her pendant, and now I just don't know what to think. I don't know what to believe.
I mean, I've never seen any writing like that, or I'm not familiar with that symbol. But perhaps when we get back to Emberfall, you could speak with the High Priestess Vanda Stulka. She may know of it. She's been around quite a bit. She's we're trying to get Mountain Expedition into the mountains. We're looking for an old temple. She's really good with like weird stuff like that, like ancient runes and things.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely have to ask her. I don't know what to make of all of this.
Is Varys still within 30 feet of us?
Yeah, if you'd like him to be, sure. If you're trying to do a little.
I put on a tinfoil helmet.
Meta reception.
Yeah, got my Magneto helmet. Keep him out of my mind. Bacon, you're muted.
I just really quietly ask him if he died in there too. Taking so long.
Can I even respond back, or is it just?
Can you yell?
Yeah, I believe you can respond back to her.
All right, then we'll let her know that I'm safe. I'm just investigating
Doodie.
at a normal pace, not slowly.
I go back to plucking the loot very annoyingly.
Um,
Testing the strings.
at seeing that Varys isn't going to, or that he's like doing what he's doing and he doesn't need my help, I might go back to the cart and just kind of talk with these guys and ask them. I'll look at Anthony and just say, "What are you doing in Emberfall? We haven't even had the chance really to talk. What do you make of all of this and everything that's happening?"
Well, I came to Emberfall just to find some purpose in my life and feel like I belonged. But ever since I got here, it's just been not sure if this is where I want to stay. Emberfall, like you had mentioned earlier, Emberfall seems to have a lot of issues.
Yeah, and I just nod and I tell him that I know what it feels like to feel like you don't belong somewhere, even where I grew up, full of people like me, and even then I didn't feel quite like I was supposed to be there. And it turned out apparently I wasn't, so I'm here now.
Yeah, where did you learn to become a monk?
His old friend he taught me.
In your mind, in your soul, what in your own words, what do you think it means to be a monk?
I think that you try to pass on the goodness in your heart. You try to do the right thing when you can, and only resort to the violence or the primal nature of being a monk when need be. I don't know if there's much we could do outside of that.
I was trained as a monk, and I have the skills as a monk, but I just don't know if I feel like I actually belong as a monk.
Sometimes it's not about feeling like you belong, but just knowing that you're doing everything in your power to do the right thing, or what you deem is the right thing. If you try to belong somewhere, you're trying to fit into somebody else's mold, create your own mold, be what you want to be.
Yeah, well, I do try to do what's right, and I try to look out for people and humanity, and sometimes animals, I guess. But Yeah, I don't know. I may find answers. I just feel lost.
Yeah.
And now with what she's just shared with me, I don't know. I'm even more lost.
I said, speaking of animals, this one says that the horse ran away that had a spur in its leg, which is most likely the horse that we found on the road.
You found it?
We found it. It's no longer alive, but we found it.
Killed it?
It was being eaten by
It
badgers.
died.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jamie, you said you could heal. Could you bring it back to life?
Oh, wow, no.
Wow, 0 to 60 real quick.
I mean, I could try to like cure its wounds or like, apply a poultice or something, but bring it back to life? Wow, no. I'm not even sure if Vonda Stolka's got that ability.
Fair enough.
And I look to back over to Anthony, and I ask him, I said, what has you feeling like you don't belong?
Well, when I was younger, a man adopted me and took me to a monastery, and there were other boys there my age, and we thought we were on the path to becoming monks and learning the ways, and we come to find out that this man was excommunicated from the monasteries and outcasts to exile. So, that when I found that out, it really it hit me deep, and I don't know what that means about my training and who I really am.
Interesting. We both come from somewhat similar backgrounds in the sense that somebody else seemed to have raised us.
Yeah, I tend to think that I raised myself, but I would be amiss to say that he didn't have an influence on me, and I did look up to him, but now, he's shattered that image, or that image has been shattered.
Well, I hope you find what it is you're looking for. Hopefully it's here.
Yeah, hopefully I can get some answers.
Cool. And then I guess we'll just wait until Varys gets back with whatever he finds.
So,
do we want to take our last break here?
no,
No? Okay.
I don't want to stop.
No.
We're having fun, Bacon.
I'm just saying we got to take a break sometime. If you want to. We don't have to.
Wait till he comes out.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Okay.
do you want to come out first?
Well, I was gonna go investigate the drag marks where they're going.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're gonna lead out of the they lead out of the house, like through the Doodie, out of the house, and damn it.
I also want to know: is this Doodie like someone gutted someone and there's Doodie everywhere because of that, or did they just kill everyone and then Doodie everywhere, or throw their Doodie everywhere?
Ah, give me an investigation check.
When you die,
There it is.
You do duty, right?
Apparently.
Yeah, but it's thrown everywhere. He's
True.
making a point to say Doodie every 2 seconds. So,
Duty.
I just
I like saying duty.
It's
Yeah.
a good one.
For an investigator, you're a really shit investigator.
Well, it all depends on what the DC is. Yeah, you're not sure exactly what's up with the duty, but this is more. There's more shit in the rest of this stuff than there should be. This isn't like incidental duty. It's like somebody intentionally took a whole lot of shit, mixed it up with this stuff, and smeared it all over the place.
Is there like a manure pile nearby? Is this human feces? Like, what are we
that's
talking
something I was checking before, right? Is
Okay.
it- but I don't know if I ever met.
It's human feces, like if you could hear
Humanoid.
the quote fingers there. Yeah, it's it's not like a horse manure or anything, or it doesn't appear to be.
Wow.
Purposeful duty.
Okay, so
This duty
I
has
just
no
don't-
answers.
tiptoe my way out. Avoiding all the duty and
Mm-hmm.
blood. If there's duty and blood, I would more step on the blood than the duty, but then I would tiptoe out.
Called the big duty.
And once once you step out, like, looking around, like, you were looking at the drag marks and stuff, you notice that stuff was dragged out towards the north, like things were dragged through the Doodie and then up towards the north. Give me a survival check.
I can do that. Oh, by the way, could I have grabbed that bone? I meant to.
Yeah, absolutely.
You said survival.
Yeah.
Fucking dice, man.
Refresh roll 20, please. Refresh roll 20.
20.
Yeah, so you know that something was dragged up to the north. That's about it. You can't pick up any details in the tracks or anything. Just, yep, something got dragged. I could tell that. Don't ask me no questions.
Okay, I go over to them. Is like completely stumped. No idea what happened in there, except for some people got killed. I imagined they seemed to mix their blood with some sort of feces
You
and
brought the smell
gross.
out here.
flung it around the room.
Did you
I
find
think it was-
anything?
I look at her in hesitation whether I should tell her or not.
Did it look like actual murders went down, or did it look like it was staged?
What stage?
Just I'm asking, Bears.
That was a lot of blood for it.
There was a lot of blood and a
Not
lot
to
of
be
shit.
muttered.
Someone would have had to be sitting there for a couple hours to come up with that amount of shit.
You don't walk back
That's,
to the
that's
outhouse.
crazy that you know all of that and you haven't even entered the room.
I guess it is like a berry farm, right? Like they're just like eating berries and just explosive diarrhea all over the room.
I just want to look at the vials he found.
Yeah, I would go to the healer and open the first aid kit that looked like can you tell me what these are? Do you have any idea?
Absolutely, yeah.
By the way-
I recognize
Sorry, but what was
yeah.
your name? I didn't catch it the first time.
Jamie Fatto.
Jamie, I'm Varys.
Hi, Varys. It's very nice to meet you. You're a green kind of man.
Or a thing.
That I am.
That's cool, though. I'm not a racist. He takes a look at them. The 4 red ones. He's like, these are potions of healing. They come in very handy, especially if you don't have someone with you who can actually, like, cure your wounds for you. These clear ones are restoratives. I believe they're. Do you mind if I open them? I won't spill them or nothing.
Be very careful with them.
He says these appear to be exhaustion restoratives. They if you're very tired, they kind of help you out there. And these purple ones. Oh my goodness, these are basic tonics. This is like a basic tonic. Healers can make these things. I mean, they're typical healer-y kind of thingies. Yeah, the basic tonics. Well, they make you feel really good for a little bit of time. I mean, I suppose you can get addicted to them, but they kind of give you wings.
Thank you. I'll
And
keep that in mind.
show those all to you if you can see them there on your
Yeah.
roll 20.
Yeah.
Yep, what they do.
Basic tonic, is that what you did?
Yeah. They should also show up in our journal now under
Yeah.
catalog of interests. I
said, thank you, Jamie.
No worries.
said, do you think that there's anything else that we can do here? Did you find any clues as to where these people maybe been taken, or?
They look like there were drag marks to the north.
With the amount of blood, do we even think that they could be potentially alive?
With the amount of blood, I imagine someone's dead, but I don't know how many people there were here, so
There was probably, I'll go ahead and just let you know, there's probably enough blood for at least one person, and especially when you include the other guts and stuff.
All right,
But
so there
probably
may be
not
still,
more than that.
Could probably relay that, and I just say, well, if it's more than one, it's potential that the other one could be alive, and if there's drag marks, I don't see the point in dragging away a dead body if you're going to leave this mess. You might as well keep it here. I say we've made it this far. We might as well try. What do you guys think? When I look at Faye
we're
and
here,
Anthony.
sent here to investigate.
Yeah, I'm coming along. I'm just watching the snakes.
I kind of bend down towards Faye. I was like, "You okay with this?"
Sure. I'm also watching the snacks.
I mean, I meant
Teamwork makes the dream work.
okay.
All
She
right.
just- as you walk.
All right, then get up and
Start
I guess we
moving.
move.
Moving north. Which maybe that's probably a good point to take the break then.
Yeah.
Last one if anyone needs to go to the bathroom and whatnot. All right, guys, we will be right back for the fourth and final hour of episode 1, DiceNDerps, Emberfall. We will be right back, guys. Enjoy.